Hello, I'm Carla Holinaty, and my film of choice is Capote from 2005, starring Philip Seymour Hoffman. And he, to summarize who he was, what the movie's about, he was a novelist, and in 1959, he wanted to document a multiple homicide of two men murdering a family of four people in Kansas. And prior to that, he had wrote Breakfast at Tiffany's, which was a major success, which made him a celebrity who rubbed elbows with other celebrities. And he decided to write in a different genre, creating the true crime novel, nonfiction, whereas before it was fiction. And this was a breakthrough in true crime novels, and to go and document the murderers. So he went to Kansas, to the prison, and um, bribed the warden, or sweet talked, amongst other things. And here he is in their home with his assistant, Nellie Harper, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird, and they're having a dinner and cocktails and getting to know each other, and he's kind of shimmying his way to answers for his stories, for their stories for his novel, and he's very persuasive. He's very good with words and very charming, and this clip shows his range of character.
And he said, I feel like you're spiting me. Do you think I took this job to spite you? I was writing the script as they were filming all that time in Italy, and I worked like mad all day long, and then dashed down to the bar around midnight to hand in the next day's scenes. And Humphrey had just about moved into the hotel bar where he and John Houston they drank every night, and I mean drank, like famished water buffalo.
So you see Capote is welcomed into their home. They're having dinner. His assistant, Nellie Harper, is there. And you get this sense, you see both of their points of view. They're interested, they're engaged in his conversation. He's very charming. He's waving his cigarette around for embellishing his storytelling, and it feels intimate. You feel like you're in the middle of it. The camera is right behind their heads, and you feel like you are them listening to this story.
Well, I'd only just handed them the final scene when the bellhop told me I had a phone call. And it was my stepfather, Joe Capote, calling to say that my mother had died. I flew home to New York, terribly distraught. But when I got to the apartment, I could see that Joe was in even worse shape than I was. He grabbed my hand and he said to me, talk. Hey, talk about anything, I mean, any subject in the world. Don't worry whether it'll interest me or not. Just talk. So I won't break down. He couldn't bear to be alone with his thoughts. It was too painful.
It's been a hard couple of weeks for Alvin. He and Herb Clutter were good friends from church. Oh, come on, Alvin. These are good people.
So I really like this clip. I love his performance in this movie. He won an Oscar for it, and it's well, to talk first about his performance. He's very stoic, and he appears as a good listener. So he's looking right at the people and waiting. And there's a lot of silence and pauses in between the conversation, so you feel like the words are soaking up and something is there's truth that starts to grow. He's digging. He's looking for real emotion and real truth hidden in their relationship with the family that died and how personal it is. So um he's very intuitive, or he appears as very intuitive and sensitive. Um, and with that sensitivity, he's kind of using it to get what he wants. Because you can tell that the warden is uncomfortable and hesitant to talk about it, and his wife is the one who says, "These are good people." And I like that very much because it's kind of a question in the whole equation of it. They are good people, but they're exploiting and sensationalizing the tragedy and murder of the family. So there's something a lot darker there. But at the same time, we have to ask ourselves, is that curiosity and that fascination the opposite of good, which is bad? Just because it's dark, does it mean wanting to know the answers is that bad? So we're sort of teetering on this in this really uncomfortable place. And the way that it's set up, he uses his celebrity to establish himself and his character and to use that. And he's exploiting himself as well. Look how smart I am. Look how well my story did, and what a good script writer I am, and that these people trust me to be writing the script on a whim, and how amusing he is to tell the story of everything, and how comfortable he is in contrast to everything. So I'm just really mesmerized by his performance in something so domestic and something that should be so common, but having this conversation, how it's so diverse, and there's such range from being a Hollywood celebrity and going to these Hollywood parties, and then going to this very humble setting in Kansas, talking to a warden who seems like a really good man who just wants to serve the people and to do the right thing. So the way that it's shot, like here he's looking at the warden, and he's very focused. But this is just a great shot, the way that he's fuzzy, and then Capote is sharp. So we get this kind of halfway interrogating gaze from him. But at the same time, he's so casual, he's just lifting up his cigarette like that. What else can we say about this? And then his wife is just so pleasant and just seems like such a nice woman, but she's trying to get a sense for him too, because she doesn't want to put her husband in a bad situation. So I like this way how she's not interrogating, but I like her gaze in this scene very much. And then it's like we're behind him. But the whole social complexity of the whole thing, I just love, because his book In Cold Blood was a huge success and was essentially his undoing. He couldn't psychologically handle documenting the story and also being part of the outcome of everything. And then you have Nell Lee Harper, who To Kill a Mockingbird is an absolute classic still today. So you have very intelligent people all sitting around a table, but something that seems like it should be so common. But I feel like it's her gaze and her inquisitiveness that kickstarted the whole thing, because and which is a really significant moment in the movie, because she insists to her husband, these are good people, we can trust them. And with that, maybe they can trust them, but can you trust the public and the information that comes out of this? So I just this movie is so heavy, it's so loaded, and Philip Seymour Hoffman, he just he blows me away with his performance in this. It's very it's very gripping.